Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's time for a Vinegar Syndrome pickup video. Bunch of films I got recently, almost my last pickup from them this year, as I have two other titles coming soon, which is the latest Deaf Crocodile release, the Carpathian one, and the Stephen King documentary, which should be here at the start of the year. But let's dive into my last big package that I picked up. So the first film I got here is Fatal Games. It should be said, a lot of these titles I haven't seen as yet. I'll work my way through it, and of course the slipcase that comes with it, the kind of Nintendo-ish one. But to be honest, that I like this better. What do you think? It just looks better for me, to be honest. This was a slasher movie that kind of reminded me a little bit of Graduation Day, I suppose, and Pandemonium a little bit, but it's fun, it's interesting, it feels very slasher-esque, but just never quite gets to the iconic status. It also reminded me a little bit of Urban Legends too. It has a lot going on for it, and it's one that I'm really glad to have picked up and have. Now, a real surprise when it was announced is Existence on 4K. I like Existence a lot. It's one that I've seen a lot, probably the most I've seen of a Cronenberg film, because I did watch this a hell of a lot when I was younger. I had the 101 films release that came out a number of years ago, and yeah, well, I'll get to that soon enough. Next up we have The Black Room, a sleazy kind of erotic thriller kind of movie, all about a man who wants to have extramarital affairs and hires this room from this dodgy brother and sister who have a fake mirror and like to take pictures of this man's conquests. And when they're not doing that, they're kidnapping people and bleeding them dry. It's one of those movies that it's okay, it's nothing spectacular, but it gets like really sort of good later on. There's some child endangerment sequences where you really feel a strong level of threat and that something could happen to someone there, and it's nicely done. But overall it's a decent film, not great. Next up we have the Prophecy trilogy on 4K. I just watched the first one last night. It was fine. It's got some good sequences, some nice imagery at moments, but the whole religious rhetoric is one that doesn't really speak to me as much, and it was fine more than anything. I'm hoping that the sequels get a little bit more diluted and a little bit more genre specific and have a little bit more fun with them. I mean, it was good, just wasn't great. Next up at the VSU is Daryl, which is a movie I've not seen in years. It's one of those really ridiculously great additions with that kind of cover inside, which is jarringly awful. But Daryl, I can't really remember too much about it, which is a bit strange because I have seen this a couple of times, but I will watch it probably with my kids soon enough. Next up from Deaf Crocodile is Benny's Bathtub. It just looks like a quirky, weird, animated movie. It's 41 minutes. I'll probably blitz through it. Deaf Crocodile have been releasing some really kind of fun stuff, particularly the animated things, which has made me kind of jump onto this one. One that I wasn't sure about, and I'm still not sure about, it is one that I am wary and I will watch, and if I really just don't like it at all, it's gone immediately, and that is Redneck Zombies. The Gowser video, another sub-level from Vinegar Syndrome, one that I will not be getting all of because I'm very iffy on these types of film. Sometimes I love them, sometimes I don't. I'll take each release as they come, but I'm not expecting big things from it. Two VSAs this package, and the artwork on both of them is absolutely awful. First up we have A Gun for Jennifer. I think the back is better, but yeah, have a good look at that. This one from the trailer looked really interesting. I kind of was sold on the idea of it just by watching the trailer, which was on the Vinegar Syndrome page, which is why I jumped into that one. Again, first image awful, back much better. Yeah, or is that the front? I don't know. But Untold Story, I enjoyed. Didn't love it. It wasn't Ebola syndrome levels of great for me, but I am somewhat interested in checking it out. I'm not expecting great things, and probably expecting a part 3 to come this year at some point. And then finally, the Vinegar Syndrome Lost Picture Show, which will be the last thing I watch, because I really am not enthused about it. So if you've watched any of the movies at all, you need to let me know your thoughts, whether you hated it, loved it, whatever. I don't care, just let me know what you've watched and your thoughts on them, so I can mentally prepare myself for this. This is a 10 film edition, so we've got Barbara, Las Vegas Strangler, Last American Hobo, Voodoo Heartbeat, What's Love, Beware Black Widow, Deep Inside, Rare Blue Apes, Red Midnight, and Violated. And it comes with 2 books in there as well. It's an interesting release, but the films need to be there to make it worthwhile for me. If they're not, it's just going to be another one of those kind of interesting oddities that I just don't love. I'm hoping there's something good in there. I really am. I guess we'll see soon enough. So that's my kind of last big Vinegar Syndrome pickup of the year, and now it's time to watch the movies. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me this year. If you want to help the channel in any way at all, watch a video, share a video, leave a comment. It all helps, and to be honest, I kind of like the interaction. That's why I do this thing. There is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. If you want to go the extra mile and really support me, there is the Patreon membership program and ManVFilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.